सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.
You're listening to Bare Knuckle Bhakti Shorties on the Bhakti Recovery Podcast with Jiva G, coming at you every Monday with a little spiritual something. Hello, hello, hello. It's been a whole week again. It has been a whole week. And now I'm sitting in Mayapur. It is almost 6 o'clock in the evening. Wow. So, I wanted to share this week some of the things that I've been kind of going through being here in Mayapur, in this holy place. Mayapur is sort of the Vatican for devotees. And there's so much to do here if you're a devotee. I mean, there are programs and you're just like with thousands of other devotees every single day. And you can go to an infinite amount of temples and meet an infinite amount of people and venture out and do this and do that. And you could decide pretty much what you want to do. You can also decide not to do any of those things. So this is what I've been experiencing. I got here, and first of all, I had to get a whole bunch of stuff ready. I'm getting this apartment ready. We have a residence here. We have a home here, sort of, that we'll be planning on, being at half of the year, the older we get. And getting all that ready and meeting other devotees and senior devotees, people who I know, people who I don't know. And I've noticed a few things about my own behaviors, my own thoughts, my own actions, my own, emotions, basically. And so, on one hand, I would like to learn how to be the best. I really don't like to say it because I don't want to be misunderstood, but I'll say it and then I'll explain why I say it. So, being a good Vaishnav. Now, this is something that somebody told me while I was here. This person said to me, yeah, we want for you to be a good Vaishnavi. And I had to chew on that for a while because I don't, and a day after I asked this person, well, what does that mean? What does a good, quote unquote, Vaishnavi mean? What does that mean? And yes, there's that one answer to strictly follow the, here in devotee world, in the Hare Krishna movement, it's the prescribed duties. And in AA speak, we say the suggestions. So I don't want to I want to really know what that means for me and not for, I don't want to get allergic to the way people speak. I know exactly what that means. And I know when this person asks me what that person expects. Some people are just very, we say paka, which means some people are just very straightforward and very disciplined and they do their things. So yeah, what a good Vaishnavi means is doing your prescribed duties, doing the things that Vaishnavas do. And and there's thousands of intricacies and facets to what that means, adding to that. So, for me, it's something that I have to ask myself, what am I willing to do? I need to know what I'm willing to do. I don't really need to, I know what I can do. I could, spend the rest of my life following every single rule and regulation. And on one side, that sounds very attractive because all those things were created just to become closer to God. However, I also need it to be sustainable. What is sustainability in my spiritual life? Because I can't spend my spiritual life always falling short and conditioning myself to thinking that I'm a failure in all of my endeavors. So this is really tricky territory. This is the territory where I'm like, okay, so being a good Vaishnavi, does this mean that I wear a little, headscarf? Do I put my head down in the humble ways of any little gopi, or yes Mataji, yes Mataji? Is that what that means? Okay, that could mean that for somebody, And so meeting all these devotees from different mats, different disciplic successions, watching people in ISKCON and out of ISKCON, it's very interesting because I find myself asking myself, where am I? Who am I? And what am I doing in all of this? How far am I willing to go? How many suggestions, how many directions, how many rasas do I want to follow? People can say, oh yeah, it's just so easy, just do this and this and this. Yes, simple it is, but easy it's not, because I have to know exactly where I am. I'm not some elevated whatever. I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to take that yardstick again. I always talk about that yardstick. That yardstick is the most important thing to know for me in my life. That yes, as we all have to make advancement in our lives, but if I'm born on minus 50 and you're born on 0 and we both made 50 points of advancement, we've both made 50 points of advancement, which means we've both ran 50 of those points. But that person is on plus 50 and I'm on 0. Who made more advancement? Depending on who you're talking to, you probably get a different answer. My answer is that I'm running as fast as I goddamn can. I'm not a perfect anything. So I have to slow down and I have to know what is possible for me. Who am I in all of this? How do I practice my spiritual daily life? What are the things I want in my life? What are the things I don't want? What are the things I'm willing to do? What are the things that don't work, that do work? And having all this new influence in my life, I've been here for, a month now, and I'm staying for another 2 weeks. It kind of took my head in for a spin, actually. But I have a program. I have a spiritual program. I bought one of those little prayer mats. I have it right by my bed. I made a vow to every day I wake up, I'm going to get on my knees and pray like I used to in the very beginning, and to keep it real simple. I'm here in Mayapur. I take darshan every day, but where I go is the little bhajan hut. It's a little mud hut. I like to go there every day. There's a 24-hour kirtan there. I like to go there every day. And I like the Gornitai deities there. It's always very, I would say, empty and simple and just somehow beautiful. And yesterday I just found out that was the original place. That's where it all started, just one little mud hut. One little mud hut where Prabhupada sat and slept and started his vision of Mayapur. It was right there. And I found that so heartwarming, that one simple thought, and that's kind of how I want to keep my spirituality. Just really simple and humble. You know, I just get very overwhelmed with all of the hundreds of shlokas, and they're all amazing, and every single rasa of being a devotee is just as important as the other, and it's all beautiful and all wonderful. But I can't be all of it, and I put myself under pressure to try to be all of it so that I can be the perfect, best, good Vaishnavi. I did that with AA. When I first got into the program, I wanted to be an A+ student. I have to say it was a lot easier in AA than it was being a devotee, because AA's literature is a very, very small amount in comparison to like Vedic literatures. And yeah. But you know, being learned in that way, I just feel like being learned is keeping my heart in tune. That's all that I really need to learn. Of course I'm learning stuff. It's not like I'm not learning, but I'm not like racing to learn so that I can be this learned scholar. You know, that's not attainable and sustainable for myself. That's not who I am. So I'm happy in the little mud hut, and I think I'm going to call this episode My Little Mud Hut. It's not mine. The mercy of the mud hut. Simple, simple, simple. So I don't know if this was any kind of, I don't know what episode this was, but this is definitely the bare knuckle Bhakti shorty of what I've been doing this week and what's going on. So I thank you for listening. Love you all. And we will see you on Thursday with an interview. Okay. Haribo. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked the Monday Shorties. Don't forget to check out our full-length episodes on Thursdays. If you like what you heard, spread the word. Peace out.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.